Rudy Gay entered Saturday as the NBA's fourth leading scorer, and he did not disappoint in this one. O.J. Mayo finding Gay for 2 of his 32 points. Also added 9 boards, but Tyreek Evans was nearly as good. Off the turnover later in the second quarter, Evans, 2 of his 30 points. It's a 2-point ball game. We take you all the way to the fourth now. The Grizzlies up 85-77, and Rudy Gay would help seal it as Memphis holds Sacramento under 100 for the first time this year. LaMarcus Aldridge and the Blazers trying to drop Toronto to 0-4 on the road. Late in the first half, Andre Miller to Nicholas Batum. Miller with 13 dimes on the night, and it's a 9-point Portland lead. They would extend that in the third quarter. LaMarcus Aldridge, 22 and 10. It's a 16-point ball game. And then in the fourth, how about the Roybot, Brandon Roy, a game-high 26 points in a 97-84 Blazers win. The Clippers had lost 14 straight times in Utah, but they were taking it to the Jazz in the first quarter. Blake Griffin, 16 points and 17 boards, and LA led by 15, but Utah would come all the way back. In the fourth quarter, Darren Williams gives the Jazz their first lead of the game. Utah led by 2 with just about 10 seconds to play, but Eric Gordon ties it up with authority, and we're headed to OT, all knotted up at 91. In the final seconds of overtime, Gordon trying to win it off glass, but can't get it to go, so we head to double OT. In the second overtime, tied at 107, Darren Williams with 2 of his 30 points. Utah back up by 2. Last shot for the Clippers now, less than 3 seconds to go, and it's Craig Smith trying to tie it, but can't get it to fall as the Jazz survive. Melo and the Nuggets had alternated wins and losses throughout the first 5 games of the season, trailing Dallas by 4 in the third when Dirk goes to work underneath, 23 points on the night. Later in the third, the Nuggets down 1, and Melo working on Jason Kidd. Carmelo 4 for 4 from downtown, 27 points on the night. On to the fourth. Denver up 89-83, and off the Ty Lawson miss, Al Harrington there to clean up the garbage. 91-83 Denver, and later in the contest, Chauncey Billups would seal it. 3 for 4.
Yeah, guys, this just got critical. You're under 6.
Brandon Jennings and the Bucks, the latest team to try and hand the Hornets their first loss of the season. In the first quarter, Trevor Ariza's pass is stolen and finished off by Jennings. The Hornets' lead is cut to 3, but we take you to the closing seconds of the first half, and New Orleans getting a little bit of luck on their side. Marco Bellinelli beating the buzzer for a 41-35 lead at the break. On to the second half. Down the stretch in the fourth quarter, Brandon Jennings making it a 2-point contest. He had 12 points on the night, but with less than a minute to go, CP3. 14 Hornets remain undefeated with an 87-81 win. Stan Van Gundy's Magic hadn't lost in Charlotte in 2 years, and they didn't look like they were going to fall early in this one. Vince Carter making it a 34-31 Magic lead. On to the second half, and where is the D from the Bobcats? Dwight Howard, 22 points and 8 boards. It's an 11-point lead, but it wasn't all good news for the Magic in this one. On to the fourth quarter in a 7-point game. Vince Carter goes down awkwardly. He would have to leave the game. It looked like he slipped on a wet spot on the floor. You can see he was down for a while with less than 2 minutes to play. They would lose him for the rest of the night. And then Charlotte trying to make a run moments later. Down by 6, Gerald Wallace, 25 points and 14 boards. He pulls Charlotte within 3, but with less than a second to go and a 3, hang on for the 91-88 win. LeBron had beaten the Nets 9 straight times, and the Heat would get about 3 posters made out of this one. In the second quarter, James coming up with a steal straight out of the dunk contest, making it an 8-point Miami lead. LeBron had 23 points in this one. Still in the second, check out this one. Behind the back to Wade, Flash, 29 points and 10 rebounds on to the second half. And the best one of the night, this is like out of the Olympics. Wade leaving it for LeBron. The Heat grab a 12-point lead, and hey, at least New Jersey got time running out in the third. Miami up by 16, and James beats the buzzer as the Heat roll 101-89. Byron Scott trying to stop the Wiz from going 2-0 at home for the first time since 2006. In the third, the ball's bouncing around, and Al Thornton says that's enough in the dunk tank for 2 of his 23 points. The Wizards up 66-64 on to the fourth, tied at 81. And check out John Wall, the rookie, working on Anderson Varejao, spinning, twisting, gets the bucket. JWoww with 13 points and 10 dimes. But later in the fourth, in a 1-point game, Mo Williams taking over. Cleveland grabs